Super Eagles of Nigeria, and hopefully we'll be linking up with Femi Raji as we talk about the Super Eagles. Well, okay, let me allow you to do the honors.
Femi Raji is ready now to talk to us on the Super Eagles. Femi, it's good to have you. You're making your debut with us this morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Cecilia. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm fantastic. And you, how are you doing?
Well, I'm okay. I'm okay. It's match day, and we are good.
Obviously, what's the atmosphere like? I know that, fans obviously will not be coming in, of course. Media also will not be allowed except the right holders. Now, the first question is going to be at 5 p.m. And people have been asking, are we going to see this game on live TV? And are we going to be having VAR also? Because we know the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium has the technology.
Well, those are basically like some other technical details that has to do with protocol, competition. So perhaps it's the competition department, or maybe that will be able to answer that. However, all I know is that there will be CAF yesterday cleared that we have like 20 pressmen. I'm talking about at the venue at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium. So we're having members of the media there, but limited number. That's like 20 will be accredited and will be present there. There will be no post-match conference. Rather, there will be flash interviews while still maintaining social distancing in that process. Talking about after the game today.
The governor of Edo State, Governor Obaseki, was also talking about the fact that they don't know if they will be allowed, some officials will be allowed, into the game. I mean, have that been cleared up now, apart from the one of the pressmen?
Honestly, Cecilia, if you ask me, trust me, I wouldn't know. I'm in the camp of the Super Eagles.
Okay. All right, now let's talk about
I'm the media officer of the Super Eagles. Yes, I
because
wouldn't
these
really.
questions, yeah, no. I understand you perfectly well. These questions have been coming. I mean, our Twitter handle is buzzing. They've been asking these questions. I said, okay, once I have Femi Raji today, I will ask him, of course, whatever you're going to say, maybe they'll take it from there.
But such questions could be directed to
the competition. Yeah, he will know much better. Okay, now let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now, of course, today is the D-Day. You mentioned it earlier. We have 23 players in camp. I mean, for you, which players you feel that, Coach Gernot Rohr will want to start? All the players for the first time trained together, like on Wednesday, right? Then Thursday you have another training session, and the last player is already in camp.
What I'll tell you, Cecilia, every member of the team is good to go. If you witness the training session, you will realize that every member of the team, if I had my way, I'll field 3 goalkeepers because all the goalkeepers are good. If I had my way, left back, I will field both Jamilu and Zaidu Sanusi because the left backs are good. If I had my way, all our strikers will play. It means everybody is fit. We have them in good condition and all players are available for selection. And it is the coach, Gernot Rohr, that will indeed be able to take these decisions because definitely, I don't envy his position right now. When you have that kind of thing, all your players good, fit as fiddle, it means them. You understand? Yeah, you are good to go.
All right. Okay, Baba Femi, Yemi here. Let me just ask you this. I know you're the Super Eagles media officer, but I also know that you're a football fan, you're a Super Eagles fan. So if an outraged fan on the streets comes to you and say, from what you've seen from the boys, what's the level of optimism that we should have as we approach this game? Should we expect a blockbuster? Should we expect the Super Eagles to steamroll their opponents? I know you're not going to draw, but based on interaction with these players and all of that, what would you say to those kind of people who ask you that?
Well, the players are very positive in terms of the mentality. Seeing them alone, you will notice the confidence in them. Note, not overconfidence. They exude confidence. It means they believe, the charisma, everything, the energy is positive. You understand? And it means they're all good to go. If you talk about what to expect in today's game, already yesterday during the pre-match conference, Coach Gernot Rohr talked about what he wants to do, how he wants to play. And the coach already has his strategies lined up. So it means everything is set. We are prepared. The boys are prepared. Each unit in the whole team, they've done their own beats. All we just pray for is from 5 p.m. Kickoff, we just hit the ground running, and then we get the result that will make fans happy. But one thing I know, I remember Ahmed Musa said it in the first interview you granted it. He talked about it. He said fans will not be there and they will win for the fans. That's the main thing. That's the intention. Once the captain has spoken, the coach has spoken about wanting to clear things. Remember, he talked about it that he just wants to clear everything, get finish up this qualification series for AFCON so that by next year we now channel our energy towards qualification for the World Cup in 2022.
Which is going to be great because qualifying with a game or with 2 or 1 match to spare is always a good one. And since the game on, he's been able to do that. Now, we understand that, players' arrival was a big problem, like the first day of training it was 16. The other day you have almost up about 19 other players joining in before we finally have 23 players. Would that not be a problem today in terms of cohesion in the field?
I don't think it will be. If you check the team, these are the same guys that have been around for a while, and the team trained together yesterday morning, trained together. So I don't think that will be. And again, these are not normal times. Yeah. It takes a normal flight that should take like 7 hours, or 8 hours, or 6 hours. It will take you almost a day and a half. I remember Coach Rohr talked about it that even when he was coming down from Europe, imagine connecting flights, COVID tests, the same thing with the players. It's even within Nigeria, local flights, Cecilia. You rarely find flights, and it's as a result of operations being slowed down due to the COVID-19. A lot of restrictions, and so it's really tough. But we know that's why we must. I keep saying, let's appreciate these players for taking that time to honor the score, and then against all odds, most places in Europe are going for a second lockdown. You understand? So we can imagine this, and then take the sacrifice to come down to honor the call, play for their fatherland. So we can imagine the whole stress. But the stress is good. It's worth it because it will put smiles on the faces of Nigerians. We've been through a lot as a nation this year. So I believe it's time for football to put smiles on our faces.
All right, Femi, I want to keep you on. We need to go on a break. And when we return from that break, there's still so many things we want to know. We want to try and peek into Gernot Rohr's minds, if it's possible, as much as you allow us. All right, we need to go on a break. When we return from that break, we still have the media officer of the Super Eagles, Bafem Raji, with us, and also still a lot to talk about in the world of sports. Join us again. All right, welcome back. We still have the media officer of the Super Eagles with us, Babafemi Raji. And, okay, let's just continue from where we left it. Another thing that came to my mind while we were on that break is, it's very important what you know about your opponents. And you've worked closely with the team and Coach Gernot Rohr. And even though a lot of people say it's just Syria alone, but look, they're our opponents. How well do you think the coach and the players, I mean, what do they know about these opponents? Is their knowledge restricted to maybe a few clips, or they really know a lot about this Sierra Leone team that is only 1 or 2 players that are popular?
Well, that's why I'll quote Gernot Rohr from the pre-match conference yesterday. He stated in clear terms the number of foreign-based pros they have. He stated in clear terms his friend who is a coach who has information about. So it means they've done their scouting. In the pre-match conference, he broke down things about the team, the Sierra Leonean team. So it shows how deep the knowledge of the opponents are. He's talking about the Super Eagles crew. So definitely Coach Gernot Rohr, knowing fully well, fully armed with information about the Sierra Leoneans, I must have passed it across to the players as well. So he said that in the pre-match conference yesterday. So definitely it means he's cocksure of what to do today.
Okay, we can't wait for that to happen, Babafemi Raji. But we know that, I mean, you are the media officer, of course. If you can maybe have a prediction, because most of the fans, we threw out the questions yesterday that look, how many goals can the Super Eagles score? And, of course, what we're hearing is, okay, 4 goals to nothing. You think the Eagles can actually score 4 goals? Just my final question before I let you go.
If I say 4 and it happens like 4, and 4 comes in, next thing you hear Daniel Sturridge. I don't know. But one thing let's be positive that the Eagles will win. Trust me, whether one goal, whether two goals, whether three goals, all now 3 points. That's just the thing. Whether a
Okay.
goal, two goals, three goals, four goals, 10 goals, if you score 100 goals, 3 points. So it means all we should go for is we should be 3 points. Let's just go for 3 points.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for making our time to talk to us this morning, Baba Femiraji.
Yeah, thanks so much, Cecilia. I appreciate you.
All right. Okay. Still on the Super Eagles of Nigeria right now. We'll be talking about Gernot Rohr, what he said, immediately they hit Benin City and all that, talking about the pitch. I mean, the level of it and all that. Before he came to Benin City, he was skeptical that they need a good pitch to train on. They need a good pitch to train to play the game. That if they have that, of course, everything will be fine.
Yeah, and he's felt that he has gone to feel the tough. He's seen it, and he has his comments, and those comments are very positive.
Yeah.
Let's listen to Coach Gernot Rohr talk about the Samuel Ogbomodia Stadium, the one that actually concerns him. That's the playing tough. He has one or two things to say, and also he talked about made one or two comments about the game that will be played later today.
Yeah, it's the very first time for me and for most of our players to play in Benin City. So we are happy to discover this beautiful stadium. It's very nice. I hope they can come a little bit, some people. I hope so, that because football is not the same when the stadiums are empty. And what is interesting for us that the pitch is okay and we can play good football. We tried in the training session already to play our football with few touches and quickness and collective football. It's possible on this pitch. And I think the game will be interesting because our opponent is a good team, Sierra Leone. They have a lot of players also playing in professional leagues. So it will not be easy. My work is at first to explain to the players that it will not be an easy game. We don't underrate this team of Sierra Leone. And we are 16 players today, you've seen, 3 goalkeepers, and we are waiting for the other players. It's not easy in the moment to travel because there are a lot of restrictions, especially in Europe, for traveling. And not so many companies are flying to Nigeria, so some of our players had to go through Ethiopia and to come from Ethiopia to Lagos, so it's not easy. Yeah, it's the very first time for me and for most of our players to play in Benin City. So we are happy to discover this beautiful stadium. It's very nice. I hope they can come a little bit, some people. I hope so, that because football is not the same when the stadiums are empty. And what is interesting for us that the pitch is okay and we can play good football. We tried in the training session already to play our football with few touches and quickness and collective football. It's possible on this pitch. And I think the game will be interesting because our opponent is a good team, Sierra Leone. They have a lot of players also playing in professional leagues. So it will not be easy. My work is at first to explain to the players that it will not be an easy game.
All right, that's Coach Gernot Rohr talking about the game tonight. Of course, he loved the pitch, which is a good one. And of course, he understands Sierra Leone and how difficult it's going to be, and it won't be underrating the team. We have Ben Alaya in the studio. Ben, good morning. It's good to have you join us.
Morning. Is also blissful to be here on the day Nigeria is taking on the Leon Stars of Sierra Leone. And we hope we'll come out with a good win and almost assured that we'll be at the next Nations Cup in Cameroon.
All right, so that's good to hear. Okay, let's quickly bring you into all that we're doing. Let's do that quickly. So I want you to be a part of the show. Ben is going to talk a lot about the Super Eagles. We're also going to talk about other African teams as well that played yesterday. So let's bring you into all that we're doing. If you join us for the first time, you can send us a mail. You can get it across to us on Twitter. Let us know how you feel. Today is the big day. It's D-Day. Nigeria taking on the Lone Stars of Sierra Leone. You can send us, you can tweet at us at channels_sports. You can also send us a mail, sports this morning at channelstv.com. Let us know how you feel about all of the things happening in the amazing world of sports. Ben, He's here with us, and we're going to dig from his wealth of experience. Before we talk about the Super Eagles, let's talk about other African teams that played yesterday and the ones that will play today. Then we'll spend the rest of the time to talk about the Super Eagles. So let's just quickly do that. Let's take a look at results yesterday. Some of the results from yesterday. Uganda, South Sudan, 1-0 in favor of Uganda. Burkina Faso defeated Malawi 3-1. All of these results in Group B. Let's move quickly. We also have Ghana, Andrea Yu, scoring 2 of those goals.
Returning Andrea Yu.
Scoring those 2 goals. That's in Group C. Let's see some other results as well. You had Gabon defeating Gambia 2-1. That's how he ended. That's in Group D. And let's see some other results. Algeria were in action as well. Riyad Mahrez was on the score sheet. Cameroon defeated Mozambique. I don't know how they did it. They played this one. They still played a friendly. Maybe they splitted their team into 2. I don't know. Cape Verde was a draw with Rwanda. That's in Group F. And we also have still have the game that had Algeria as well. So let's see if you can see that one and move on to talk about. That's it. Riyad Mahrez was on the score sheet yesterday. Zambia also defeated Botswana. Let's take a look at the things that will happen today in the AFCON qualifiers. Nigeria also will be involved today. So let's take a look at the fixtures now. Let's go to the fixtures. Ben will tell us how it is to play in some of these countries. He's been to some of these countries. Morocco will take on Central African Republic. You have Tunisia will take on Tanzania. In these 2, you have a feeling that the North Africans probably will just take it easy.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
The game against Tanzania anytime is always a tough call.
Okay.
And so against Algeria, Tanzania against Algeria, when the draws for the CAF Champions League were released, and I saw that Plateau United were drawn against a Tanzanian club side, I got a little bit palpitated, because thinking of Tanzania, Tanzania is a growing football nation.
Okay.
And recall in 1980 when we hosted the Nations Cup, and that song came up, Tanzania, if you recall. I was in Form 1 then. I was like, oh, they had a wonderful, the Taifa Stars are always good. And they're likely to qualify.
Okay, Ben, I don't know. Okay, let's talk about this one, Republic of Niger up against Ethiopia, and the big one, Nigeria and Sierra Leone. I know that's what you want to talk about. And so let's just move, let's just dive straight into it.
Nigeria, we are home against the Leone Stars, but like the coach did say in several of his comments and his interviews, we must not look down on the Sierra Leoneans. They have some good players, Kamara, Bangura, and the likes. And so if we look down, then we'll be doing that at our peril.
Right. Details of the game?
It's
going to be today. You see, this don't matter to anybody. At the end of the day, it's
the result that matters.
But those are the match details.
No, we've always had it, maybe not too easy, but we've always had it like a win with them.
Mm-hmm.
But
in head-to-head,
head-to-head, we have more wins. However, like the assistant coach, Joseph Yebo, was saying yesterday, away games are always difficult to win. So we must pick these points.
Start by winning
at home. If we win at home, you go to Freetown in 4 days' time, and then we can say, if we pick a draw, we are in the Nations Cup. Right, so Yobo has said it, and I think that he has that mentality. Yeah. He's been captain of the squad for almost one of the longest serving captain, maybe behind a big boss, Stephen Keshi. I think that we must take his word seriously. Luckily for us, he's in the team, and he's the assistant manager. And I think we can go all the way and beat them, and go the way and perhaps pick a draw or a win
or
again.
Or even beat them again. But what would be a good game for you outside the results? Because every Nigerian right now expecting a win. But what would be a good win for you? The way they're going to play and all, because we saw the friendly they played against Algeria. People were not really happy with that game. But it was just a friendly, and they were coming together for the first time after more than a year. But then this game, they played friendly already, so you will expect something better than what they did against Algeria.
This is a cup game, and like Gernot Rohr did say, every cup game must be taken seriously, different from a friendly. A friendly, you bring new players, you want to try whether they can be part of the team, whether they can, add something new to your team. But this one is totally different. This a championship qualifier, and so we are taking it all seriously. And so, what would be a good result for me? I would say, well, a good result for me would be like a 3-0 win, and then the players should show some level of cohesion and start building a team that you can say, like in the 2013 squad, you can predict who will start and who will not start. The motivation has been very high. You know, the Edo State government have been there, the governor and the deputy governor, Philip Shaibu and co. They've been there. In fact, Philip Shaibu trained with the team. So the motivation is high. And with the lush turf of the Samuel Ogbomudia Stadium, they will have no reason not to deliver very well today. And I think the players even said it. I mean, I heard Osimhen, I heard the skipper Ahmed Musa, and everybody saying this is a place to deliver. And I think they will deliver.
Okay, hopefully they can. So
hopefully.
with 5 p.m., fingers crossed, what the Super Eagles of Nigeria can do against the Leon Stars of Sierra Leone. Okay, let's leave African Cup qualifiers now and quickly go international. I'm talking about the South America. They're preparing for the World Cup already. Qualification is always like a whole long stretch because you have 10 countries
2-3 years.
and they have to play against each other. And so this morning, Argentina were really denied a victory. VAR, of course, denied Messi. They said they couldn't beat Paraguay, so when it ended 1-1. Or if you can just see the results from the South America, talking about CONMEBOL.
The CONMEBOL region.
CONMEBOL region, where you have Argentina just couldn't, nick it past Paraguay. Although in the last 8 games they played, or 6 times they played, it's always difficult for Argentina to beat Paraguay. But this time around, they could have won, but VAR ruled out Messi's goal that could have made it 2-1. And Colombia and Uruguay will be in action today. So for Argentina, well, they're now 7 points from 3 games, could have been 9. But then we wait for Brazil to see. Brazil right now.
And this was a home game for Argentina. It was not in the high altitude of Paraguay.
And
so, if they are Bolivia, and so I think again, the Benin match I learned VAR will be first used in Nigeria when the Super Eagles take on Sierra Leone. We are hearing that. I hope it is real and it's true. I think that the game if you watch that game between Argentina and Paraguay, mistakes were made. And the VAR actually said it was not a goal. And so it was not a goal. Because that's a video assistant referee. That's his job to say it's a goal or not a goal. And so let's give it
so that we don't have all these complaints. A game has ended.
We hope we don't have it
you are arguing
Nigerian versus Sierra Leone.
No, we're going to beat them easily. All right, this is on Colombia.
Not easily. I don't think so.
Colombia and Uruguay, it's tough to call. South Americans, they know themselves. So it's always difficult to say, because this one is big, but Colombia, Uruguay, where do you think
Colombia, Uruguay is like Nigeria playing against Cameroon.
Okay.
It's a tough call, and anybody can take it. Colombia, they are used to producing fantastic players, and same thing with Uruguay. I mean, most of their players also get transported to Europe and play fantastic football. So if you ask me, I think a draw would be a fair deal.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that's it. Let's yesterday as well, some international friendlies were played. Let's give that to you. England were all smiles yesterday. Harry Maguire was on the score sheet. Let's see some of the results. And there you have it. Moldova and Russia, I don't know what happened, headed goalless, but I'm still trying to understand what happened. Wales and the United States.
They are neighbors. It's because they are neighbors.
Iran defeating Bosnia away. Did you see that coming?
No. Bosnia has given a very powerful soccer playing nation.
From the whole Yugoslavia bloc.
Yeah, and they have some fantastic players who are even also in Europe, playing in some of the best leagues, you know, in the world. I didn't see that coming. But again, Iran, if you remember Ali Day and all the likes,
France 98.
he holds the World Cup record of goal scoring.
Yeah.
And so we should also give it to them.
Yeah.
They are also a great soccer playing nation. And perhaps that's why they got the result they got.
No goal in the Wales United States game.
No goals.
I thought we were at least going to see one, but ended up not seeing anything.
US always flatter to deceive, and I think that's what happens again. They need to reinvent American football. The good thing about the United States is that they blend players from all over the world, Nigerians inclusive, and but they don't seem to have the cohesion and maybe the managerial skill of somebody who will, you know, blend the team together
Take them
and
to
make
the
them.
next level.
Yeah. Don't forget they've been to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. So we were following them then. All of us were clapping for the US because we had a Nigerian then, an American or African Nigerian, so to speak.
Even right now, you still have a Nigerian. There's a certain Otasowe, you know, that came in as a sub.
Always, we always have an African.
Always springing up.
Always springing
American,
up.
yeah.
That's why it's United States. Okay, all right. But maybe there could have been a goal if you had maybe Gareth Bale and, of course, you have a Pulisic on the other side, and these two star players were not part of the friendlies. Just maybe because Pulisic, of course, we know is injured. Gareth Bale is not match fit, and Jose Mourinho have actually won and said, look,
use this
when
guy.
it's not using for 90 minutes, and so they will have to keep him for other games instead of use it for international friendly. Okay, we're leaving the friendly now and quickly come back home, right, Yemi? Talk about this one. Nasarawa United, they had all their players, you know, they had a COVID test was done on Wednesday, and the results also returned negative, both players and technical crew. So it simply means all the players, I mean, the teams are really ready, you know, trying to follow the protocol that was set by, you know, the health ministry and also the sports minister. You have LMC, all of them saying, look, you have to follow this procedure before you can even start the league. And Nasarawa United is taking that, you know, very seriously. And so the result of all the COVID tests that was done, you know, released yesterday, it was negative. So, I mean, this is a good one, you know, for all the players, knowing that they don't have to quarantine anyone. But then this test is a continuum.
Has to be
so it's
periodic.
not just, periodic. It's not just a one-off. You know, they'll keep doing this before the season will start to really know that, yes, they are ready for the new season. But, Ben, we need to go on a break. When we come back from that break, you react to what Nasarawa United are doing ahead of the new season. Welcome back. Ben is still in the studio. Ben was talking about Nigeria Professional Football League season starting soon. The fact that you already have clubs, you know, testing, carrying out a COVID-19 test among their players and officials. And Nasarawa United having a clean bill of health with all their players, you know, coming negative.
Yeah, good to hear that Nasarawa United is kickstarting it. I think other clubs should follow suit and test all their players. I mean, even fans, even before you come into the studio now, you're
of course,
it's tested so that they know that at least health-wise you are good to go on air. The Super Eagles, let's not also forget, did their COVID test yesterday, day before yesterday, and late yesterday the results came out and all the players came out clean. And we've been clapping. Musa has been saying our players are good. Now the next action is go out to the pitch at the Samuel Ogbumudia Stadium and win. After every club side in Nigeria, whether you are in the Premiership or you are in First Division or you are in the Second Division or you are in the amateur, we must test our players and ensure that they are good health-wise. Because this pandemic is real.
Yeah, it is. But it simply means that because, you know, the news or the stories around was, can Nigerian clubs be able to carry out consistent, you know,
not even just
COVID-19 tests?
All sports,
can they do that? Yeah, fears and all. But we've seen that, I mean, some of them are ready. It can be done.
Absolutely. There's a handball championship going on now in Abuja, which we end this weekend. And all the players are learned. Yes, all the protocols were followed. And don't forget, handball is also a contact sport. And they are doing well, and we've not heard of any report. And fans are coming in and going out of the multipurpose hall of the MKO Abiola Stadium in Abuja. So it's something that is worldwide, and I think we should follow suit.
All right.
Okay. All right, let's quickly, before we go to the papers, let's talk about this one. Still staying with, COVID-19 test and all that. WADA is saying this morning that because, the fact that they've had a reduced testing during COVID-19 should not actually give, athletes the opportunity to do. But he explains the reason why this has been happening. Let's listen to him.
The only means that anti-doping had at its disposal, and there are other things like the passports or investigation. So the fact that testing has reduced in itself is not, the end of the fight against doping or means automatically that people are cheating. As we said also, you don't become a cheater overnight. There's a mental process and a decision that you need to be taking. So it's not because you are stuck in your living room that suddenly you're going to start taking something. And in particular, the effect of doping while you can't train is not great. So I think we have to put that into perspective. This being said, yes, there is a concern, and we need to be alerted to the fact that, potentially there are some possible hole at the moment, given the situation. And that's what I was saying earlier, that one of our tasks is to work with our partners to identify these holes, in particular in advance of a major competition that will be the Olympic Games next year. So we're going to be monitoring with Federation and NATOs to make sure that, that those who need to be tested are tested. But I think, we need to be alerted to that, but I don't think we should overplay the situation.
Okay, that is understandably. All right, let's just take a look at some of your tweets that you've sent to us before we look at the papers. I'll start with this one, MD Special, saying, wishing the Super Eagles of Nigeria the very best as we take on Sierra Leone today. Go for it, guys. The entire nation is behind you. Olarin Busayo says, the way Nigeria played the 2 immediate pass friendlies like pregnant women, we need the boys to up the games now.
That's harsh.
Now that the
That's
game
harsh.
is a competitive one.
That's
Come on,
harsh.
guys. Just be lenient with these boys. We're not together for more than a year, so don't expect like free flow football.
Takes a while.
It takes time for them to gel. Nobleman Flyer says, will thrash the opponent. However, they will score first. But I'm apprehensive as I don't have an idea of our first 11. Do you guys, he's asking if we know our first 11. Gernot Rohr is always close to his chest. Don't worry, an hour before the game, you will know the first 11.
Starting 11.
Starting 11. You should be able to know that. And there's so many coming in. But then, tomorrow, don't worry, we'll read more of it. But let's take a look at the papers right now. Monday. Oh. It's been a long week.
Let's take a look at the papers.
Thank God it's Friday, right?
Let's take a look at the papers. We're pressed for time, but we'll see how far we can go. Let's start with Sporting Life. Let's see the stories that are in today's Sporting Life.
Okay, and Osimhen, to his teammates, he says, let's score goals. Yes. And of course, the prediction that been coming yesterday already about how many people predicting 4-0.
Yeah.
And that's excited to be back in the squad, and Eagle Stars wants the visitors rostered. Well, you can start with it by scoring your goal. Lionel Messi's free transfer to PSG is fake news. That's what his father is saying this morning. And Ronaldo equals Puskás goal.
Record.
This guy just keeps scoring.
Yeah.
Okay, and Juventus Roman joined Chase to actually sign Memphis Depay. Okay.
So which one
Leon
of these
Stars
guys
shows of victory.
Talking?
Osimhen.
Okay.
He's the top striker, and he did say when he arrived in Benin, he was like, if I'm played, I'm going to score goals. Now he's urging his other teammates to join him. I hope, like Cecilia said, let him start by scoring first. Okay. He's not played for the country a while, and there are a lot of load on him. Is Africa's record by in Europe now, it's Nigeria's record by, it's Napoli's record by, and so he should just go there and demonstrate that. He has scored 2 goals now for Napoli. I think this is the time to demonstrate that he's going to be the next African footballer of the year.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully.
No, he's saying he's predicting. He's not.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying he's going.
He's saying it.
He has said it already.
And I'm still saying hopefully. He's saying I'm saying hopefully. Let's go to the last paper for review, and that will be complete sports. And you have Aribo. Victory is all that matters. I mean, I agree, 100%. Next paper is Complete Sports. That's where we're going next. Complete Sports to Friday edition is what we're looking at. A lot of interesting stories. Trust Econ, we're prepared for the challenge. Osimhen will give all for victory. The Memphis Depay interested in joining Barcelona. Which one of this gets you talking? You know what? Something came to my mind. The next time you're going to be here, we'll have played the 2 matches. So, how many points do you think we will have been able to gather, or do you think we should get from the 2 games?
I think we can get 4 points from the 2 games and then qualify for the Nations Cup. Aribo gets me talking.
Okay.
If they give you the number 10 jersey, can you use it well? Yeah, oiling the midfield. He's a good player.
Yes.
Anyway, he's a box-to-box player, but the number 10 jersey is special. Check Nigeria.
No matter the formation.
Check out the Nigerians who have won it from JJ. Looking back, you see that if you are donning the number 10 jersey, even Pelé, Diego Maradona, across the world, you must demonstrate. Yeah. Aribo, if he gets to play and is given the number 10 jersey again, demonstrate that you are the true number 10 of Nigeria.
Okay, the last one, Sporting Sun, is the last one here. You have AFCON qualifiers. Osimhen says we'll give everything against Sierra Leone. Well, Ben, he vows to surpass Yekini's record. Just 30 seconds. Can he do that?
We hope he can.
Okay.
But Yekini was, now he's unsurpassable, fantastic player, almost one of the best Africa has ever seen.
Okay. All right, Ben, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Always a delight to be here.
All right. So that's a wrap on the show today. Last one for the week. You can join us later tonight for Sports Tonight. On this show, it's a wrap. We'll be back on Monday. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now.
I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Thanks for watching.